Dawn at the hard edges of a dream, while most people are sleeping. 𝗀𝗏cie Adesanya is fighting for a vision.
Sometimes when I'm walking, my leg just flip to the front.
Oh, okay.
So, and this helped me.
Struck by polio in his home country, Nigeria, at the age of 2, Tony has learned to live with his disability. The virus attacks nerve cells in the spinal cord and brainstem, controlling muscle movement. It spreads through contaminated water, which Tony believes is how he contracted the disease. Often one or more legs are paralyzed, exactly what happened to Tony. Still, despite his limitations, he's determined to make the most of what life offers him. His legs are too weak for normal sports. His upper body is the only part of him that functions normally, and a wheelchair makes it possible for him to compete. He trains every day before the traffic gets too busy, strengthening his upper body, seeking always to better himself. A few weeks ahead lies a major test for Tony. He is training to win medals in the South African Sports Association for the Physically Disabled Championships down in Cape Town. It's opportunities like these which Tony celebrates in South Africa. Back in Nigeria, from childhood on, he tried to prove himself, but he found it too difficult to succeed. Originally, he wanted to emigrate to Europe, but instead, he found South Africa, what he calls a real land of opportunity, where people embraced him and his disability and helped him to start again. But he still misses home every day.
Hello, boy, how are you? I miss you so much. All right?
His wife, Adiola, sells palm oil at the market, but the money is not enough to bring up his 2 boys, Bomi and Ademiga. Tony grew up poor and wants to do better for his own children. He works in a hair salon to support himself and sends the much-needed money back home. And, like in everything in his life, he gives it his total enthusiasm.
What's good about my job is I meet a lot of people, and talking to people makes me feel free and have confidence in myself.
𝗀𝗏cie Adesanya came here to better his life, but he soon found out that in these gritty Johannesburg streets, he could fulfill his dreams, and that's despite his lifelong handicap. While aggressively chasing medals, Tony also strives for a balanced life. Before work every morning, he makes time to feed his soul, playing the saxophone. When you start playing it, where does it take you?
I'm talking to God.
Oh, wow.
I believe God loves music, and he wants somebody to play for him.
And he reflects on the struggles he has experienced.
I was deprived a lot from a lot of things. You know, when people deprive you a lot of things, it affects you physically, emotionally.
All too often, his disability has led people to reject him. His first date, for instance, was traumatic.
I've met with a lady before in Nigeria then. I remember vividly when we met, she saw me sitting down. She's like, wow, you look so cute. I was smiling. When I went to visit her, she saw me coming from afar, limping. She denied me. I was like, okay, how can I prove myself to people? I challenge myself.
Do you struggle a lot with your legs?
I believe my pain is a thing of the mind, because there's nobody I will complain to. So if I don't have somebody to complain to, I just got to keep on going.
You're going off to Cape Town. What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to gold medal. Yeah, that's why I've been training hard.
His disciplined training is paying off. At the championship here in Cape Town, he has already done well.
How are you?
How are you, my man?
I'm good.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling
strong?
Strong.
Okay.
Ready for my 400 meters.
You ready for your 400 meters?
Yes.
How many medals have you won so far?
Yeah, I got for powerlifting.
What did you get for powerlifting?
Gold medal.
Gold medal?
Yes.
High five. right? And what else?
100, I got my silver.
You got silver in 100, the 100-meter dash.
100 meter.
My man.
Then
There we go.
This is no ordinary sports event. Everyone here has challenges most people cannot even imagine. This is a field where no victory is won without pain. It is a struggle where attitude and self-belief matter more than mere achievement. Most competitors' handicaps are very different, so they are often forced to compete against themselves. 𝗀𝗶𝗴𝗶𝘀, president of the South African Sports Association for the Physically Disabled, explains the unique personal challenges for Tony and for the man he shares the field with, Peter.
They don't necessarily compete against each other. Each of them will compete in their own classification, because classification and disability is the backbone of our sport, so that the one is not stronger than the other one because of your disability. You can never compare a paraplegic, which he is, and then Peter is a quadriplegic. So you can't put the two together because, I mean, their muscle structures is just completely different.
So I guess the final moment has arrived for Tony. This is his last and final race. I'm sure he's very, very nervous because at this time in an athlete's life, when you get to that starting line, that's where it all counts. All the hard work, all the pressure, the early mornings. This is where it really, really counts.
This is an odyssey into the self, a journey to find and ultimately to beat a personal best.
Well, there he is. Tony is now got over the finish line. So congratulations to him.
Tony and his fellow athletes each push in their own way to go just that little bit further in their lives and on the field, not only for medals, but for the sheer pride and achievement of the very going itself. But Tony has an extra, unfulfilled dream that he also pursues. One day, he wants to be not only a successful athlete, but also South Africa's first competitive wheelchair boxer.
I want to do something different from what other people are doing. He said there's nothing like wheelchair boxing. Then I like, okay, if there's nothing like wheelchair boxing, I will start it.
But it's a lonely dream. There are not many people yet who share his hopes. So far, he has found few fellow believers, and he has had only to spar against able-bodied opponents sitting in a chair. Wheelchair boxing is growing in other countries, but has yet to be approved in South Africa. He has a long way to go before this extra dream becomes real in his new land of opportunity. So for now, he focuses on what he can achieve.
And I want to be a champion, a real champion. I want to motivate other people, most especially people on the wheelchair. You must not feel pity for yourself. I don't wait for somebody to help me. And that's why with my sport, I don't sit for excuses. When you love yourself, you are good to go. Challenge yourself.